A chrome Blackfoot chassis? Why, yes it is. Hey guys, how's it going? Thad here with Iowa Budget RC, and I'm back with the Blackfoot, and I'm going to start putting this beast back together. And as you can see, I chromed the chassis. Well, kinda. I used that chrome spray paint that I used on the wheels, and the wheels turned out really good. So aside from my not having it on there all the way, I guess, but I really liked how the wheels turned out front and back, so I decided to do the chassis as well. And as you can see, we're running Midnight Pumpkin tires on here because I wanted the monster truck chevron look for this. And so I'm gonna start assembling the chassis, and then I will start assembling the gearbox. Grayson's out playing right now, and he wanted to kind of learn a little bit about how to put the gearbox back together, so have him help me do that, I guess, maybe later. But got a brand new 23 turn 540 sport tuned for it, and I'm going to be running the Hobby Wing 1060, and then of course that is going to be combined with the dual stick Futaba control. So this all should be a combination of old school and new school, and should be perfect for what we're going for. And so I'm going to start putting this chassis back together, and I will kind of bring you back as we go. And I think the little red bits and the black suspension parts and whatever else will all look really good with this chrome chassis, and then combined with either the black Blackfoot body or the orange Awesome Kong body. As far as the bodies go, I've got this soaking in the Purple Power for the last, I'll probably do, tonight will probably be the last night that I soak it in the Purple Power. I've pulled it out a couple times and scrubbed on it. It is a little bit cloudy in a couple spots, but not from the Purple Power. It's cloudy in a couple spots from whatever lacquer paint that was used on it that kind of ate into the surface a little bit and etched the surface. Wherever the Purple Power has taken all the paint off, it's perfectly clear. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got the Tamiya fluorescent orange, and I'm just going to paint it on the outside, and then I will clear over it, and I think that will be fine. I might not even clear over it, I might not even need it, but if it does, well, then I'll shoot the clear over it. But that's what we're gonna do. It's just gonna be a show body anyway. The Parma body is. Here's the tag that I cut off of it, Parma F150 with the part number on it. I thought that was pretty cool to have. So instead of throwing this away, I kept it. I will keep that around just as a just to put on the shelf with it. But yeah, so I'll bring you back as I progress and get things together. I was going to polish these because, as you can see, it was really kind of dusty, and since they'd already been painted, I didn't want to mess with that. So I was stripping the paint off of them and then trying to polish them. So I just used that same chrome paint. Same with the front suspension mounts. I did that, and you can see what they looked like before, and then that part's going to go up against the frame, so you'll never see it. They'll be nice and shiny. And yeah, I did get the cover here, and I don't know what's on it, but I did get the cover. Don't know that I will use it. Some guys do, some guys don't, but the main reason I bought this was for the body brace mount, and you couldn't get that separately. I mean, I think you could off of like Shapeways or something like that, but I didn't want to mess with it. And then I have an extra set of spotlights because I bought this, so those will go on the roll bar that will be bolted to the the Parma body. So anyway, all right, little by little, it's coming together. Got the support in there, the battery door, the battery ends, and the front suspension A-arm mounts. And so, moving right along. All right, front suspension is on, but I'm dumb and forgot that the top 2 bolts are longer than the bottom 2, so I've got to switch some things around because I got both the long bolts on this side and both the short ones on this side, but the bulkhead mounts there on the top, and I didn't do that. So yeah, gonna have to fix that, but yeah, it's flopping around and doing what it's supposed to, so gonna fix my mistake, but you know, I'm kind of winging it. I'm only looking at the manual when I really need to, and apparently I needed to, but that's the breaks of the game. All right, that's better. And on these top 2, if you tighten them down all the way, they were causing a little bind, so I put nylocks on them, and that should cure the problem. I was going to put them on all 4, and I can only find 2 nylocks in that size, so I may be robbing one of the littler RCs over here, maybe the Arlo line or something, of their wheel nuts to put on there, but for right now, for the night, I'm going to call that good. Well, my ADD kicked in, and I decided to put on the option number 1 bumper there. That is actually meant for like the Lunchbox and Midnight Pumpkin, but it fits the Blackfoot perfectly. You know, all the front bumpers mount the same, and it looks cool. And then if I want to add lights, I can. I don't think I'm going to right now, but I might. You never know. Anyway, thought I'd throw that in there. It actually adds a little bit of heft to the front of this thing. That might not be a good thing, but we'll see. Alright, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is why, if you're going to be running the hell out of these things, you don't want to use the nylon bushings. That is literally conical shaped inside of there. That's the diameter that it's supposed to be, and it's wallered out to that diameter, and that's the inner bearing here on the rear axle housing. So just wanted to show that. That's why we put bearings in these things. Alright guys, here is the old axle assembly, and so this end would go through the transmission. This end is the end that your wheel connects on. You can see how worn out that was getting from that inner bushing being bad. And then they have this hex end on either end focus, and those go into here. These things are prone to wearing out, and these ones are actually in really good shape. I would have killed to have these on my old Blackfoot back in the day. And then they ride in this rubber boot, constant velocity boot, and they work, but they, like I say, they wear out. This is the new style cup that goes through the differential, and then this is the axle end, and it has a ball joint in there, and then there's a dog bone on one end and the universal joint on the other that you have to put together, and that replaces these. And it is, trust me, it's a pain in the butt to put together, but it's far greater than the original setup on a Blackfoot, Monster Beetle, whatever. That was definitely one of their downfalls, and thankfully when they re-released it, they redesigned it. And I'm going to keep these parts around because that's kind of a rarity, I think, to find the hexes where they're not all worn down. They got some wear on them, but there was some really good nasty thick grease that's really sticky on my fingers that was in there that I kind of cleaned out, and I think that's why they stayed good. I'm gonna soak this boot in silicone spray overnight, so when I come back to this thing, it will be tomorrow, and I'll finish up the video on this part, but I'm gonna soak this one and the other one in silicone spray and try and soften them up a little bit, because I would like to use them just to keep these lubricated. If not, then whatever, you don't really need them, but yeah, so that's where we're at. All right, guys, I'm gonna call that a video, and we are going to make another part on this where we build the rear gear box and put all that assembly together. Video's getting a little bit long, so I wanted to kind of cut it short. So anyway, with that, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.